What's going on, Coach? Hey, real quick, let me ask something. Are you struggling to create explosive passing plays in your offense? Well, coming up, we're going to go over 3 ways that you can create explosive passing plays that are going to destroy defenses. Let's do this. So earlier this week, I sent out an email asking you what's a challenge. What's something I can do to help you in your offense, score more points, simplify your team, all of that stuff. And I got a email from one coach and was like, hey, I need help creating explosive passing plays. How do you do that? And I thought, you know what? That is a great question, and we're going to dive into that today. So the very first thing, and this is a caveat, there's 3 rules, but this is kind of a bonus of it. The very first thing is you need to use the defensive rules against themselves. What that means is you need to learn the ins and outs of defense. So in the off season, whenever you get a chance, you have got to study defense. What is the latest strategies? What are they doing? Is it a 3-3, the 3 safety Iowa? Is it the tight front? Do they have anything different coming up with quarters or palms or anything like that? You need to be on the cutting edge, because once you realize what defenses are trying to do, then you can reverse engineer that and actually do really, really well, because you know exactly what the defense is trying to do and you can combat that. Good evening, Brent. How you doing, buddy? So get that out of the way. So every time now, instead of in the off season, while you are researching new stuff, sprinkle in a little bit of sprinkle of the defense. So the very first thing that can help you out here is use different formations. I have noticed in my research this offseason and the previous seasons that defenses are getting really good defending static offenses. What I mean by that is if you're a 10 personnel, 3x1, 2x2, or if you bring in a tight end or something like that and it's just an H-back or an inline, it's going to be messed up. So ways that you can combat that is you can actually, if you go spread, stack them up, because now you're making the defense think they have to check and do something. Another way you can do it is actually bring in a tight end and wing. Do 2 tights. I know a lot of coaches that are creating one-on-ones will bring 2 tights and a wing back, and then they'll have their stud. I'm going to put a stud right here and allow him to get open, either giving him a post or a dig or a comeback based on what the defense is doing. I know that this creates one-on-one situations because a defensive guy, what's that, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Defensively, guys, I'm going to be honest, they see this and they're thinking, oh, crap, this is a run. I cannot do that. So they'll 9 times out of 10 go 1 high, and then, boom, there you go. You have your stud one-on-one with their worst corner. You can position this. Let's say they got a field or a boundary, and this is the boundary. So put this to the field, you attack the boundary, or vice versa. Figure out which one is their weakest guy, and then attack that with formations. You can't really get an explosive offense or passing plays if you just sit there. I completely agree, JT. It needs more tight ends. We're on to something here. Guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you. If you are not using tight ends now and using that to your advantage because defensive coordinators really haven't seen it that much, you're missing an opportunity that is going to work really, really, really well. Jared, you said it right, man. Tight ends are underused in my opinion, especially at the high school level. If you have a tight end that can catch a little bit, defenses are going to forget about them. You can use them for pop passes and everything like that, and they are worth their weight in gold, I promise you. So the very first one, use different formations. The second one, if you want to live in that 3x1, 2x2 world, you've got to get great in major and choice. There's a lot of great stuff out there that actually teaches you the choice concept. I know there's got stuff on CoachTube. Sean Lyota has it. You can get other things. You can pick the brains of the guys that do that. Steven, tight ends and tempo, right, JT? Yeah, that's it right there, man. But choice is it, because if you go back to this and you get in this formation and then you let this stud, your guy, because you got to have a guy if you want to be explosive, if you let him do the choice route of either vert, post, slant, speed out, whatever, and you're teaching that to him, the defense is always going to be wrong, because they can't be right because you're giving your guy the choice of actually running the route. So you can do this a lot of different ways. You can bring him over here, and you can have an outside choice, and the inside choice just kind of sits there and holds coverage. Or you can swap them where this guy holds the corner, and then you allow this man right here the choice option. And like JT said, you can go duo and you can go choice with tight ends. Tight ends are very essential in this, and it ties back into the formations. You've got to use formations to your advantage because defenses are smart, guys. You know this. You go watch them, all the social media, Twitter gurus, or the courses that are on CoachTube or everything like that. They're drawing things up, and this. Let's see if this works. Hold on. Bam. Nope, didn't work. They're just drawing up all their formations against a standard 2x2 or 3x1, and they can do all of that cool stuff that you see. This is what they're attacking every single day because offensive coordinators have gotten lazy, including myself, and they have gone with just standard formations and tempo, thinking that can trick these defensive coordinators, and they're starting to catch up with us. So now we have to do something else, and that thing is using formations and wings and tight ends and things like that, and majoring in choice, all right? The third thing, though, and this is something that you have to remember, and make sure you say at the end because I have something I want to talk to you about, but is keep doing what you're doing. I think a lot of us offensively, we struggle with, we like to say when we get in these beefs, these Twitter beefs and everything, I'm going to take that 5-yard hitch over and over again. And we are full of crap because we never do that. Why? Because we get impatient. We want to take those deep shots like that, those manufactured explosive plays. And really, the explosive plays come from when you're doing the same thing over and over again. Your kids are comfortable doing that, and then they have a break. Maybe they run stick over and over and over again, and then you can catch them with the stick and up. Well, that's an explosive play. They run stick. You're using that against the defense, and then boom, there's your explosive play. Or let's just say I've had this happen. You actually run stick, your guy gets it, and then the defense is so tired because you were stretching them out, then he can make one person miss, and there's the explosive play. There is no magical play that you can divide or come up, create, that just say, you know what, this is a 40-yard bomb for a touchdown. This ain't Madden. What you need to do is you need to embrace what you're doing, believe in it, and know that, hey, if the defense is doing something, for instance, let's say we're running shallow cross, and we know that we've taught our guy so well what to do that when he sees the defense take away the dig, there's a post right behind it. And that is how you can create explosive plays like that. So we have, I know offensive line guys are going to hate me, but I don't care. Suck it. There's the line. And you have this. And if we are teaching our quarterback to key this safety, and if he jumps down and takes this dig that he can throw it behind there, well, we just created an explosive play running our base play. And our quarterback knows that because we rep it over and over again. And y'all can't see that because I didn't show it to you. That's not it. Boom, right here. This right here is a shallow cross. And we teach our quarterback, hey, when this safety creeps down and gets into the window of that dig, you now have permission to hit the post behind it. That is teaching them the play that we normally run and letting them decide when to take that shot. That's an explosive play built into a base play if you run this play. And that is a way you don't have to manufacture some play and hope that it wins and that it works. So let's go through the questions. If you have any questions, coaches, put them in the chat. Let's see. Brent S. Tight end and 21 personnel is my world. Good to see you, coach. Yes, sir. Brent, how you doing, man? Brett, I'm sorry I can't speak. I am a stupid math teacher. But you're right. 21 personnel is nice. I think it's making a comeback. Everything is going to be circular coming back into this part of the world. Todd. Post corner or a wheel route would be deadly. Yes, that is true. And one of the things, and I know JT agrees with me here, he loves the mesh concept. But if you run mesh wheel from two back, man, that is nasty. That is a tag that you can use in the red zone when you know it's a man-to-man. And it's incredible. And we always did it this way. Here, post, wheel. We did the double wheel, but I always told him to go 1, 2, 3. Because to me, I always called it on the hash, so I wanted him to go to the hash first. Another one is if you run any form of two-man snag, snag bullet. Have that guy come wheeling out of the backfield. I do like that. QS, what about sniffer back right behind the tackle? Shooting him out on a screen can wear out the OLB so easy. Yes, we have done that as well when we had an H-back to the flat. Read that defender right here. There's got to be an easier way to get rid of all this stuff. But we have done that as well to the flat. That works really well, especially if you have a guy. So we have done something along the lines of this. Inside zone like this. He leaks to the flat. Read this end. If he crashes, then the quarterback will pull and then throw it out. That's nasty right there. Chase, thanks for watching, man. Good stuff. Brett, agreed. QS like using the sniffer, sets up other options. I'm more of an inline tight end. That's just me. You are forcing the defense to do something if it's an odd an odd front. You're forcing them to at least put someone over there, so it kind of morphs into a four-man front if they have to. I just think defensive coordinators hate tight ends with their hand down a lot more than with an H-back, because if you talk to them, they always talk about how they just follow the H-back, and 90% of the time, the H-back will take you to the ball. With a tight end, you can do pretty much the same stuff if you wanted to, and they're not going to key the tight end. And then they'll forget about the tight end if his hand's down, because to the high school kids, it's like, oh, God, the tight end is an extra blocker. I'm not going to care about anything like that. I'm just going to forget about it and do all that stuff. Another thing, though, is if you want to create explosive plays, you've got to have a system. You've got to have a system. You can't have a grab bag. You got to believe in that system, because every system has explosive plays if they work. That is what the beautiful thing about the system. I have a system that is on line. I will be taking it off August 20th on my birthday, and that is the super simple spread offense. This is the offense I ran when I was out of school that was straight up wing tee. They had no idea what the spread was. I had to install this offense, and we broke offensive records at the school. So this is everything that is in the course that you see. The link is in the description down below. And since this is my birthday, I'm also adding to this, if you get this, a 3-day mastermind that I did with Patrick Taylor. And we dove deep. It was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We dove into his offense, all of that, the six play, all of his books, how they practice, how they game plan, how they break down the field for practice and everything like that, and then all of this. So all of this is in that link below. If you want it, it's only on my site until the 20th, and then it's done for. I'm getting rid of it, and that's it. So, fellas, I appreciate you being here. Hey, I hope you have a season. We're getting some stuff down here in South Carolina with COVID. A lot of teams are canceling. We, so far, fingers crossed, we have a game on Friday. So come back on Sunday, and we will break down that film together and talk about what we're doing. And until next time, let's continue to master the spread, score points, have fun. I will see y'all later.